So, The Witcher season 2.
Yes.
It was pretty good. I like it.
As someone who loves season one, I mean, love season one, it is much better than season one. Season two is much better. I love it so much.
I don't know because I watched season. I'm currently in the middle of rewatching season 2. I haven't finished rewatching it yet, but I've watched season 1 twice as well. And in my brain, I like season 1 more because I like a lot of the stories that they adapted a lot more than the ones that I can recognize that they've adapted in the second season. But what I like more about the second season is that I wasn't a fan of the whole Siri traveling and making her way towards Geralt part of the first season. I felt every time it like cut back to what Siri was doing, I was bored and didn't care. But now that she's with Geralt, everything surrounding her is always a lot more interesting since she's now surrounded by people who I find a lot more interesting. Um,
Yeah, genuinely, every time like on every rewatch, and I rewatch Witcher season one a lot. Every rewatch of Witcher season one, I feel like, especially more recently, I just start skipping series scenes because I'm like, I don't care. I'm bored. Give me Geralt, give me Yennefer. I don't care.
but yeah, but now that she's with him, her story arcs are a lot more fun to watch. Um, we saw a lot more monsters this season compared to the first season, which is great because that's what witches are about, killing monsters. So that was pretty cool. So I've heard a rumor that Henry Cavill had to fight to keep scenes of Geralt and Ciri bonding because there weren't going to be as many as there are in the show, and a lot of people feel like there still wasn't enough. To me, I felt like it was enough, and there's more time for them to bond. But yeah, he's like a staunch supporter of staying true to the source material, specifically the books. So as long as he's involved in the show, I have a feeling that the show will continue to try to stay as true to the source material as possible, and which is pretty cool because I like the books a lot. Um, a lot of people I've heard are don't like that. They say that Triss and Yennefer's personalities, or at least their arcs in the second season, are a bit switched in comparison to the books. And I haven't encountered Triss in the books yet so far, I don't believe. So I can't really comment on that as much. But that's something that I have heard. I don't know if you have anything to say about that.
I just started the second book, so I mean, like I'm literally in like the first couple pages of the second book, so like I'm not really, you know, everything I have to say regarding The Witcher has more to do with Henry Cavill's. Did you hear what he said? That he said he was sticking to what is it? Sticking to it was crap. What do I say? Sticking to Netflix's 7 season idea for the Witcher TV show, or he was committed to the 7 season idea,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that interests me because there's 8 books, but 6 of them are canon because 2 of them, well, I mean, they're all canon, but 6 of them are like the main timeline. Technically, 5 of them are the main timeline. But like,
5 of them, well, two of the first 2 books are a collection of short stories, and every book after that is like a traditional novel with a story being told all the way through, rather than like bits and pieces of.
no, that's the first. The first book is the short stories. Then the last 2 books in the series are also short stories.
The second book is also a short story book.
No, the second book's like a straight novel,
Nah, son, it's a short story book.
bro. It's straight novels, bro. I have it sitting in front of you right now. It's straight novel.
Bro, I'm further in the book than you are, but okay, we'll see. By the time I
Okay,
finish,
okay. Blood of Elves, right? We're talking about Blood of Elves, right?
no, the second book is Swords of Destiny.
No, that's the short story book. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's the second book.
But that's not canonically the second book in the series.
I'm talking about release order.
Release order is something completely different. I'm talking about like the actual series. The actual second book is Blood of Elves, which is technically the first novel. It takes place right after Last Wish.
If you look up Swords of Destiny, it is called the second book in the Witcher series. I'm looking it up right now.
But it's still not the second book. It's not canonically the second in the timeline.
It says Swords of Destiny is the second of the 2 collections of short stories, which are the first 2 books in the series that he wrote.
But that's not canonically the second book.
That doesn't matter. I'm reading it in
Oh
the
my
book
god.
he made them to be read, okay?
You're spoiling you're spoiling Blood of Elves for yourself. I'm just letting you know that now.
I'm better go to myself. Okay, I'm reading it the way
You're spoiling Blood of Elves for yourself.
it's meant to be read. But okay.
Regardless, I find it interesting because if you know how the Witcher book series ends, they're not really leaving 7 seasons isn't really leaving much room for the games, which means that I'm very interested to see how the TV show is going to end because the games are very essential to the continuation of the story.
Which leads directly into our next topic, which is Hawkeye, and specifically like the length of the series. So like a couple minutes before we started recording, I saw a tweet about where a person was talking about how shows are around like 10 episodes long versus them being used to be like 22 episodes long. And you know, The Witcher was like 10 episodes long, so it was the first season. And Hawkeye was 6 episodes long.
Witcher was eight episodes.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. Because the first season was 8 episodes and the second season was 8 episodes.